Order in the court, please. Good morning. Today's case involves a double attempted murder. This morning we will be hearing from both the victim and the perpetrator on both sides. Would the jury please stand and raise your right hands? Do each of you swear that you will fairly try the case before this court and that you will return a true verdict according to the evidence and the instruction of the court? So help you God. You may be seated. Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defendant has been charged with attempted murder. The evidence that I will show you today will prove that my client did not attempt to kill Ms. Fisher. It was an act of defence, purely accidental, as the evidence will show. On October 23rd, 2016, Ms. Fisher decided to take my client and eat him raw, as you can see in the evidence in this video. My client was completely defenceless. The only option was to use one of his bones to attempt to save himself. An act, if you will, of self-defense. This has been construed as an attempted murder. In fact, it is my client who was nearly murdered himself. My client is innocent. Order. Next witness. Your Honour, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to present to you the evidence that my client was in fact the victim in this circumstance. My client sat down to eat a nice dinner. At no point during the dinner did Mr. Fish mention he was not comfortable with being eaten. He did not call out, he did not scream, he allowed himself to be caught, put in the store and sold for the purposes of being eaten. My client took Mr. Fish believing that he was a willing participant in the process of being eaten. Now Mr. Fish is saying he did not in fact want to be eaten. Well, why in the first place did he put himself in this position and not speak up and say he was not interested in being a part of the food chain? Therefore, when my client took a bite of Mr. Fish and felt his fish bones sticking into her esophagus, this was an act of attempted murder. My client is innocent. In fact, my client is a victim in this terrifying situation. Bring forward the defendant.
I was unable to defend myself. He took me and put me in the frying pan. I was horrified. I didn't know what to do. Thankfully, I'm a warm water fish, so I can cope with the heat. She put me on the plate. I thought, this is it. There's no going back from this.
I was a victim in this situation. I just was trying to have some nice dinner, and then, before you knew it, I was choking on the couch. It was horrific. I'm traumatized for life. I don't think I can ever eat fish again, not knowing now what they can do, what evil creatures they are. I think all fish need to be locked up. Order, thank you, that's enough. Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict? Thank you. The jury has found Mr. Fish and Ms. Fisher both not guilty. However, both parties will be receiving trauma counselling and support. Mr. Fish, you will be required to spend 6 months in a paddling pool. Ms. Fisher, you will be required to spend 6 months in a rock pool. So you both better have an understanding of each other and how to tolerate and be more welcoming. Court is adjourned.